This week's bonus podcast is the recording of the REVB Mastermind with Krys Benyamein from Monday. Tune in and let me know what you think. Happy Monday, y'all. So yeah, drop a one in the chat if you guys saw the video of me that I posted on the REVB page promoting today's call. So what's really great about the video that I posted on Instagram was that Krys sent me 3 different videos, and that was the last one where he was just kind of messing around. The other 2 were absolutely perfect delivery of exactly what he wanted to say. But I thought the third one was funny because he went, "Hey, Katie," like really like awkwardly. And so I like just thought that was hilarious. And then he messed up on what he was going to talk about. And I just thought that would be good to play because like, why not? Right?
Because why not?
Why not? Everyone thinks that Krys is like the perfect content creator, the master of all things content. And so I just wanted to ruin your guys' views of him. And yet you guys there's still 50
They're
people
still
on the
here.
call right now. So there's that.
You guys are so sweet.
Happy Monday, folks. Welcome back to another REVB Mastermind. Just so you're aware, the replay of this call will be on YouTube. It will be in the Facebook group. And we normally toss them up as a pod as well, if it's easy enough to follow.
It's a good one.
So we'll see, Krys. If you do well today, this may become a podcast. If you don't do well, it won't.
The challenge flag is thrown. I'm ready.
Yeah. All right.
Real quick, I just want to see where everybody's calling in from today. We're sitting at 57. So where are you guys at? And am I going to see anybody this week in our little tour to Charlotte, Atlanta, and Jacksonville? Hopefully I'll see somebody.
Outer Banks. I've never been there, Mark. I want to go.
Dude.
DFW. I'm sorry.
Anthony is smiling in Tampa, Florida. Thank you,
That's right.
Anthony, for the positive vibes this morning. I love that.
Andrea, Scottsdale. Am I going to see you next week at BAM? If anybody, I could be in Dallas next week. Any of my Dallas people, Jacksonville. I've never been there.
You're going to be in Dallas?
No, I'm going to be in Scottsdale. Did I say Dallas? I'm sorry.
That's something about Dallas.
You did say Dallas. I was like, you're coming to my state. You didn't even give me a call. No call, no text.
DFW. I'm sorry.
You know? So, all right, let's dive in. Katie, where do you want to start? Or else I will just go down a dark rabbit hole.
Well, so Krys and I had kind of already talked and we put on social media what he was going to talk about today.
Yeah.
But I would love to see where you want to go with this. What do you got? What do you got to me?
Well, Krys and I have had some quality conversations in the past. You know, since I moved to the East Coast, he doesn't like to talk to me as much anymore because
I don't think he ever liked talking to you in the first
they
place.
say distance makes the heart grow fonder. Not the case here. No, I think I always love talking about the journey with Krys because he's so good at talking about it on, you know, how much content he's made and where the business has gone over the last couple of years. And yeah, like where are you at on your journey? And just for some context, we talked about climbing Mount Everest, which I still think you're still using that, right?
Yeah, I guess it comes up now and then.
You know, but just overall on how like the accomplishing stuff can sometimes leave you feeling empty and like the journey of who you're becoming.
Yeah, I mean, I think at least where I'm at now, which is where I can relate with you, you're a bit ahead of me. Katie and I are like in more similar seasons, but obviously kids and the way that the business is adapting to having kids. I mean, this is nothing new for like a lot of people on this Zoom, a lot of working moms, working dads. But certainly it's challenged me personally, professionally, like how do I keep showing up online? I can, you know, I could still be selling houses and not show up on social, but this stuff gives me joy, and this stuff is sort of what breeds into me to do other things. So
So
yeah, I
how do
don't.
you keep showing up online?
Well, I think one, I like it. I think you have to like it, right? You have to like the process. I like coming up with ideas. I like filming it. That doesn't mean it doesn't feel like work, and it doesn't mean that there's days or times where I'm like, fuck, this sucks. Like this is like more effort than it's worth. But overall, I think it gives me joy. And when I think about like the other stuff in the business, like I just signed, Katie, when she called me to prepare for this, I was at a new listing and I'm super excited for this new listing and I'm super excited to help this family. And yeah, I'm excited for this check, but I'm like way more excited that I get to truthfully, like I got 2 horses and 2 horse riders scheduled on Wednesday for this video shoot because it's this big
Yeah.
equestrian property. Um, And if that is what motivates me to like make phone calls or knock on doors, like what is that for you? You know what I mean? What is it in the business that gets you showing up?
Well, I do love that.
How funny would it be if you hired horses and I believe you said horse riders is what you said. But how funny would it be if you did all of that for like a random suburban property in a subdivision, like just trotting down the street? So that's first what came to mind for me. But an equestrian property, like that's cool too.
That's actually a great idea. I should see if I can leverage it or, and like take her to another listing because
Like double down. Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
most of my houses are like that. Like I serve Southern California, so if you guys know the Southern California market, it's not incredibly affordable. My median price point is just under 900,000, which is like hella entry level for Los Angeles, Orange County, you know? So most of my properties uh, do not warrant the hiring of horses.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should definitely march it down to one of my shitty listings.
You should. You should be like, have you ever dreamed of being able to ride your horse in your backyard? And then zooms out. It's like, we'll be able to do it here.
And then the horse is just going in circles in the backyard.
You know what though? Maybe that's like an obvious because you guys are so well prepared with these killer questions. This is like such a good place for me to say, like most of my houses look pretty mediocre. And I'm not saying that to disparage homeowners. Like these are people's homes, but like I don't sell luxury like house porn, right? So I have to either do a little bit more in my opinion, or I have to just be into what I'm doing to get motivated to sell something that is like not financeable. You know what I'm saying? So what I
Yeah.
say to you guys is don't think that because your houses look like they do, because I would imagine a lot of you guys sell like median average homes wherever you are, you know, whatever state you're in, like just like the average house. That's our bread and butter. You know what I'm saying? So what
Yep.
do those sellers expect? What do they deserve? And how can you make more money doing exactly what you're doing? You know what I'm saying? Like I just actually switched this up, excuse me, based on Byron's because Byron's commissions are a little bit different, and I bet you he signs more listings than I do. But my commission sheet is at 3.5, and 4%. And my average, and I've shared this with Tim, we talked about this at
Yeah.
REVB, but like last year, my average number was 3.69 or 3.79% on the list side, right? So I share that with you because who cares about your $500,000, like $500,000, $500 million? Like you market the house the same. If I can ask for more by showing up more, by promising them and actually doing it, posting more, emailing more, all day, baby, all day.
So let's talk a little bit about what you're doing for content, right? And what that looks like because I think we've talked about it before where you were like, okay, I'm gonna start doing more, and then like I think you went to the point where you're like, okay, now we're doing too much, and like every single house you're like, here are the 55 things I want to do. So like now you have a little bit more of an SOP of like, hey, here are the things we do. This is how we shoot more content at the one listing shoot, and then maybe we go back again, but like rather than being like, oh, we did a price reduction, let me go to the property. Oh, we just sold it, let me go back to the property. Like you have a little bit more of a plan now.
Yeah, so great point. Part of my struggle because I saw my performance of content go down was this is me. So like this is me in my journey, but part of my issue was showing up every single day. And if I had 5 listings, my feed was like bottled with my listings and I wasn't doing anything else. And I felt like my just engagement, everything had declined. But I'm still like wanting to promote these houses, and I don't know if this is the right answer, and maybe this will like fire people up, but I was like, fuck, I just need to dig deeper and show up more often. So it's like if I have to do this, that means now I got to post like 2 times a day or 3 times a day. Or some days I'm posting 3 times a day, and other days I'm posting 4 times a day. Like I have to figure out how my like social strategy can still fit into my like listing strategy to an extent because at least for me, like I don't have a separate team page or a separate, I haven't just like built out that arm entirely. I am just beginning. So, if we get there, but because of you and other people, like I'm just beginning to build these other pages that I think are really important. So I guess what I rely on more now is, and I can share my screen. Can I share my screen, Katie?
Mm,
Maybe.
sure.
What are you going to share? This
Yeah,
before
no,
you.
make sure you close out anything weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was literally just
Monitor the
Whoa, whoa,
tabs.
whoa, whoa,
I was
Krys.
literally just about to be like, let me make sure anything saucy is gone. What I was going to show you guys was my listing market.
Marissa was the only person that thought that was funny. Everyone else was like, "Oh, Krys, what a weirdo."
No, I'm just kidding, guys. I got 2 kids. I'm a square.
One
Um,
could actually, never mind.
yeah, something weird.
I was
Uh,
gonna say something weird. I'm just trying to
I
fill the awkward silence as you're trying to share your screen.
don't think it's awkward.
Oh, here we go.
There we go.
There he is.
I don't think it's awkward.
Monday. Instagram,
Okay.
Instagram. Okay.
So, oh, I was looking at concepts. I was looking at inspiration.
Okay.
No, I'm
Sure.
serious. Look, move me to 10. She has this great piece. I was getting inspiration.
Hey, you know what I love though? This is actually great. This is
I'm serious. This is me
yeah,
like getting ideas. I saw this and I was like, this shit is good. Like,
I love it.
this is how we get ideas. Okay, so
Okay.
this is how I approach the listing. This is how I approach most of my listings. I have a master template in which every house I come to with the same sort of base. Shitty house, fancy house, in between type of house. A lot of this is hard for you guys to understand, but at this point, it's like what me and the team have memorized. So, like, all of it means something to us. And this has helped me approach each house, one, so that people can do things without me, and two, I'm not as like surprised. I just like have an expectation as far as what we're producing for each property, and it lets us like create it just lets us
So
create more.
let's go through these and like just very quickly give like house photos. I understand, like be like house photos. We take photo, like go through all of them so
No,
that people can
totally.
understand the amount of content you guys are shooting. Keep in mind, does Joaquin also do photos? Because I've seen
Yeah.
him editing photos.
Yeah, 100%. And like as we're getting more into the luxury world, like he's learning more how to take like better photos. So now we're
Yeah.
doing ambient stuff. Like as you guys are getting more into this, how are you getting better at it? Like how are you iterating? Like if you're just showing up online, that's a perfect place to start. But like Katie, Tim, myself, like been posting videos or taking pictures of houses now for 8 years. Like I want to do it better. So house photos compressed. This might seem obvious, but if you're hiring an outside photographer and they give you like those fucking files, they're too big for you to even post on the MLS. So if you've ever gotten like a folder of pictures and you can't upload them, that's why we have this like compressed only. House photo social carousel piece. I'm happy to share you guys these templates, but this is a reminder to my team that we're posting a carousel of photos that we have like a template we use. We use like a news style headline. It's like best deal in, Houston, Texas. We have another one that's a template that we use, but like everybody knows, like I need these carousel pieces. This is my master template, so you're not going to see the links here, but typically the link would be here so I could just fetch it immediately. iPhone B-roll. There's a lot of moving pieces at the house. So like Joaquin is looking at this list and it's like, I need to get the iPhone B-roll stuff. So this is like a little reminder. iPhone B-roll walking shots. This is the same thing. It's shot vertically. It's on the iPhone, but I want to be in the shot. I want my teammates in the shot, in and out of the frames. It's different than this. This iPhone B-roll is like that, like house porn, slow angles, filming the water fountain, that kind of thing. Um, the important part for you guys to take away is what pieces of content do you want to commit to for every property so that they make it on your like list that guarantee you don't forget for the next house that you shoot. Almost every single one of these pieces I'm doing for every house, but this is my master template, which means there will be things that are on here that I will eliminate when I'm not using them. So for example, launch party announcement 1, launch party announcement 2, launch party recap. If I'm selling like a dump or somebody's paying me 2% or I'm just not doing a launch party, all of that's deleted. But my 360 video tours, like that's with a monthly payment. We've labeled these aesthetic one takes, whatever it is that you guys can do to remember the stuff that you always want to create. And now what I do is leverage this by explaining to the seller, we are going to be able to actively market your house for at least 90 days because we're coming up with that much content. Truthfully, I had a house that was on the market. This was like so bad, but like 280 days, like really tough sale. And it's funny because it was so shitty how shitty it was to sell a house for nearly a year. But I'll tell you what, you really begin to figure out how to market a place. You really figure out like how you have a conversation with somebody every single week. Like I'm such a better listing agent for that. So when you guys hit these like roadblocks or you're running into issues in which you get canceled or a listing expires, like don't don't be don't let it happen in vain. What are you going to do to adapt the process? And I feel like a lot of this has been birthed as a result of like having 12 listings at once. Like when I had one listing at a time, I would just like shoot from the hip, come up with all the ideas. And then as soon as I felt like we were signing more and more, at one point we had like 14 active listings. And I'm like, I have to have a strategy. I have to have something more. So you know what? I just thought
Krys,
this would be helpful. If you
I,
guys
I-
want to screenshot this, ask me the question, but I'll leave this. If you guys want to screenshot this.
so here's a piece though that if I'm talking to my 10-year-old, um, I'm gonna ask her if she wants ice cream, right? And then she's gonna say, yes, I want ice cream. And then I'm gonna tell her all the stuff she has to do. So you told us that your average commission is 3.69%, right? Yeah, on the listing side, which Lil John and the East Side boys are happy about that one.
My side is 1.59. And this
Interesting.
was like before the changes. So it's
Yeah.
fun. Look at how
Yeah.
y'all are making money. You might think you're making more than you really are.
But I still have to say, everybody wants that commission, right? Drop a one in the chat if you want your average listing commission to be 3.7. Now, what I want to know is, how does this present to people that are signing up for I'm assuming a lot of them are signing up for 4%. Some are signing up for 3 and 3.7s where you're kind of landing. What does that look like? Like what does that menu of options look like that are enticing enough where people are signing up for that?
Yeah, so I will not. So that's like funny when you start thinking about where you're getting things signed and like getting better at this helps me like steer the conversations better. Obviously, that's like kind of obvious. You know what I mean? So when I approach a house that's a fucking dump, or when I approach a circumstance in which there's like no equity, when I approach a circumstance in which like there's not going to be a launch party, I don't slap them with this investment opportunities sheet and say, hey, this is the 4% choice for y'all. Like, this is definitely the house for us to do a launch party. I can't wait to dig up my taco guy to like put a cart on top of this like burning pile of shit. Like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. You know what I mean? Like when the house does not provide that's the option for them, this is how you get the listing signed there and then. I know off the top, Tim, this investment option, the luxury approach, this is not for you. Your house just isn't like it's not the property that we're going to do a launch party at. I think you'd agree. I think you're way better served at the premium or the VIP approach. What do you think? So I think there's like a level of what if it's just a pile of shit and not a burning pile of shit? It really depends on like how much that shit is desirable because like I'm selling houses that are not very nice or not desirable, but I'll still put a taco guy in front because it qualifies for conventional financing and call it a launch party. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be strategic because like just because you might want to do something over the top, like think about the property, right? So it's like if I have a condo sign at 4%, like I've had this happen before where they want to pay a premium and I want to take it, but I'm just like, no one's gonna fucking come to any of this stuff.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a dud. Like this is a condo in a back alley. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, but
how,
do you have what you show in your listing presentations, that menu?
yes.
People like to see, they like to see the
Of
deets,
course.
you know.
Tim just wants to see a menu because he's hungry.
I'm also hungry. I'm eating some chips and some guac right now. Very, very California. Me trying to connect with my buddy Krys.
And I feel like you guys, I've definitely given this, you guys
We've
like,
seen it. We've
for
seen
the
it.
people who haven't seen it, for the people who haven't, I think it's good to see.
so a couple things. Investment options, not commission choices. Investment options. This is actually my V1. This has gotten prettier, so I can try to find you my new one. This is
Yeah.
actually my V2. If you guys would have seen the first one, it was fucking like carnival colors. I
Yeah.
just thought I was ahead of the game.
So
But
you want to know what's funny? I'm gonna stop moving. Can you stop moving your screen for a minute so I can screenshot this and I'll drop it in the RevB group? I'm cutting off the numbers, guys, so you can put your own numbers in that one. Okay, scroll down to social package.
So from a psychology perspective, I think to get these signed at a higher rate, the way that other people are, 3.5, and 4 is not the approach. I think it's 2.75. This needs to have a 2 in front of it because I'm losing people that are offering 2. Like I know it. And that's I'm cool. Like
Yeah.
thing is, like I want to sell houses, I want to make videos, I want to market, I want to help people. So like fuck, man. You would have signed it at 2.75. Of course I would have taken it at 2.75. So like I think this should be 2.75, maybe 3.5 and 4.
Yeah, it's interesting. I like
Just
it.
just giving you guys like some psychology. That's
Well,
another thing. Like I'm sorry, Tim. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you keep going,
it's your
Krys.
call. I mean, everybody hears from me all the time. They want to hear from Krys Benyamein.
No, well, I mean, now just like the dopamine is kicking, but that was the point that I was going to make is like when you feel yourself get a little excited about something, lean into that shit. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And if everything you're doing is dragging a little ass, you should probably find something that gets you a little excited. You know what I mean? Like social from a social perspective, if you just making talking head videos or green screens or fucking everyone wants you to make hyper local content. If you fucking hate hyper local content and that's not getting you excited, don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't
I
do
love
it.
that.
I don't know. Like if your heart rate don't start increasing and you don't get amped about something, like look a little harder.
I like it. One thing though I like is it makes me think of I had an agent that I've been working with for years, and they had the opportunity to go for a listing appointment on a development deal. And they're like, dude, like 10 houses, like we've never done this before. What do we do? And they start thinking about all of this package they want to put together. And to try to get, say, a 4% commission, right? They start thinking about all the things that they want to do for this seller. And the reason why I think, and you tell me if I'm wrong, the reason why I think Krys does so well is he's not selling what he's going to do for his listing clients. In that appointment, he's selling everything he's already done. Right, like his sphere sees all the videos. They see the launch party. They see everything. And when they get at the table for that listing appointment, they're like, "Ooh, so this is the one I see online all the time."
And it's true. Like I should keep better stats as far as who's signing what because like when I have somebody that don't know me from Adam, it's a lot harder to get
Yeah,
4%. But when I have like the family friend referral or referral from an agent that I've worked with in the past, like that kind of warm handoff makes not just signing it, but makes what I'm asking for that much easier. I'm sure you guys find that, you know? The other thing that I was going to say when you were presenting these like options is what level of service are you offering that is like a no-brainer? So in any situation, the way that like these packages are framed is like, Tim, it doesn't matter if you're paying me 3.5. It doesn't matter what you're paying me. Your house is going to get marketed actively for the next 90 days. We've got a menu of services ready to go, but haven't launched it yet. Talk to me about the balance of just having one option saying no to a reduction and getting the seller to agree to a number versus having a lower option for them just settling. We've got a menu of services ready to go, but haven't launched it. Talk to me.
so
I think it's because people want having one option is not options. Having one option is having one. So I feel like you're losing anybody that is like close to what you're looking for, Ray, by not giving them just like choices. I think when you start to muddy the water with like too many a la carte, like I saw Neil say, do you do a la
yeah,
carte? All of that shit happens, my friends. No doubt it happens, but I don't need to put it on a menu, right?
Here
Like
are
I
the
don't,
things, and you can pay me $7 for this and $12. It's like
I
here's
don't,
A,
I,
B, C.
I don't
And
need a memorial
if they start kind of
because
trying to nickel and dime or whatever it is, then it's like, okay, well, what does this look like? I'll do
what do
it
you
for this. Yeah.
right. What do you want me to get rid of? Right? Or when you interview the next person, or my buddy will do it for 2%. I love that. I have a buddy that'll do it for 2%. I might be able to help you. What is your buddy doing exactly for 2%? Watch how that plays out. You guys know this because y'all sell houses. If you're not selling a lot of houses, then it's like it's still a concept, but you know this. All of the stuff that you bring into this is is living. You know what I mean? This shit's like the Constitution. Like it's adapting, and every listing appointment I go on is more case law and precedent for me to be like, oh, they might hit me from this angle. Oh, they might, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm the Supreme Court and I got to remember this shit.
If
The
you guys, I
lawyer's
was saying, if you
coming out.
guys didn't
This is great.
know, Krys is a lawyer as well.
But Krys, one of my pieces that I love about what you do, and the thing that I think gets missed, is that if Julie looks at this and says, "Hey, I want to go, put this 4% or put this 3.5%," and she hasn't done that package for her listings already, I think it's tougher, right? To say, "Hey, I'm gonna do this when somebody signs this." And my thing is, I think you guys should be out doing all this stuff for your listings now, so you can go say, "Hey, look at what I've done," instead of what I could do.
I'm about to make your motherfucking day. You guys are doing it already.
I forgot to warn y'all
Yeah, we didn't
on the
we didn't put the
explicit
disclaimer.
disclaimer
Yeah.
today.
All right, now that the disclaimer's there, I just made your fucking day because all of this stuff you're doing already, you are just not communicating it written out. So let's just zoom in on this shit so it's real clear. Pre-listing walkthrough and checklist. You tell me you never walked through the property before with
Tim hasn't.
transaction management, client representation and negotiation, listing property on the MLS, listing property on our website, listing syndication with Zillow, Redfin, Trulia, and more, for sale sign, showing schedule management, open house, listing flyer, professional photos and video, standard social media campaign. Standard. Do you know what that means? Standard is whatever I want it to be. Whenever I feel like what I want it to be. And nobody's pressed me to say how many pieces is that exactly. But that's okay because they follow me and they see that I'm marketing them regularly. Like there's no smoke and mirrors.
But
Like,
that's the piece I'm hitting on, though, Krys.
yeah, there's no
When
smoke
people
and
are
mirrors.
here, there's already the proof.
Yeah, go to like I'm marketing shitty houses regularly. Put it on paper. Oh gosh.
So Krys wasn't at REVB this year. He said he was climbing a mountain or having a kid, or I forget what his excuse was this year, but he wasn't at REVB. But like the entire point of what Pip and Jeremiah are doing, JFK Living is doing, is like they're not doing more than you. They're just telling it in a better way, or they're telling a better story, or they're highlighting it more. And so literally, if you guys I should hope that you have an SOP for your listing launches and what you do from the time you have a listing call to the time you take a listing to the time it goes live. Summarize all of that stuff in how many ever bullet points Krys just showed you, and that's your standard package, right? Like this isn't rocket science, right? You take, hey, this is what we do from the time that we have a conversation with you, the market research and the blah 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 blah, and that's your standard package. That's where things start, and then you're adding on other things. And those what Krys just is showing right now is already in the Facebook group, by the way.
And I'm bobbing and weaving. Like if I'm gonna go to a listing that I want and I'm competing, adapt your menu to it. You know what I'm saying? Like a little bit about this circumstance beforehand, you know, offer in the house cleaning, offer in a walkthrough, call a designer, like think outside the box and you pay a landscaper $50. You can charge 0.5% to make a phone call. Come on. Where's Neil? Where are you, Neil?
Nelly, I'm in Rockport, Texas.
Oh, Nelly, I'm so sorry. I gotta read. I'm sorry, Nelly.
Sorry.
Nelly,
Yeah.
this is an open forum, so anybody else jump into this. I feel like my immediate thought is you should come after these motherfuckers, and maybe some of your marketing should attack like hiring a discount, like looking for discount services. Like my first instinct is you don't need to be a discount broker to offer discount services. If you have the infrastructure and the resources to deliver a high quality of service, and people want to pay you 2% to put it on the MLS, like I'm not sure, guys. Like, I'm not sure if this is controversial, but not everybody wants my fucking song and dance show. Not everybody wants the 360. Not everybody wants the brochures, right? So like Nelly, if you are crushing it and you got all this, but you're getting outbeat by these people that are doing discount services, they get discount results, right? Like they're out of market, so they're getting less attention. I don't even know if they have the same lockbox. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's all these things that they are getting less service, but they want it for the price. What could you do to give people that option for a lower price? I'm not telling you guys to be discount agents. I'm not a discount fucking agent. But if somebody approaches you or there's a situation in which like they're going to ask you to do less work for less compensation, are you all tracking with me?
And just as a reminder, there is no set compensation. We all are able to set and negotiate compensation to whatever number and amount you would like with your clients at any point in time.
But
continue.
Here, Krys, I don't know if this plays out this way, but this is just what I perceive in how it must go. Where like if Marissa is posting about her houses, she's got these awesome listing tours. She's got this stuff going on social where people are like, oh man, I love her stuff, right? I love Marissa's stuff. It's great. And then they get to that listing appointment and Marissa has her discount option, right? And it's good because some people just want a discount. On the same hand, they're like, wait a second, I want my house on all that social stuff that I see them doing and everything else. And so like, I get it. Have a discount option because some people will take it. But I think a lot of people want to pay more for better service.
Here's the thing. So Austin just said it. I offer 3 program options and find it reduces commission objections. Much more simple. People normally just want to go with the cheapest option. Half the time, honestly, when people say, oh, this is what you charge, is that negotiable? I explain to them that like we are charging what we charge for what we provide. The buyer's agent commission is negotiable. They will or will not ask for some sort of percentage, to represent their buyer. And most people are like, oh, okay, right? Like very rarely are like, well, no, I'm not going to do it. They just have to ask because it's like, when you go to check out a store and you're like, are you guys running any sales right now? They say no. You're like, oh, okay. You're still going to buy the milk, right? Like you're still going to sell your house. You're still, working or not working with Krys.
This is the funny thing. It's like the big conversation is about the commissions, but are you reading the room in regards to what they want to talk about? So like when they ask me what they're charging and they say 3 and I give them the packages, I think we should go with this package. They say, great. I don't go back and say, well, did you consider this? Did you consider this? Did you consider this? No. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is just one piece of everything that you guys are up to. So, like, this is from Andrew Undum. This is from Sharon. This is from, like, I'm sure a gazillion agents on here. When Tim was selling houses, he used to do this. What do you guys want to talk about? What y'all want to talk about?
But I'm also sure you can always say, look, you want the 3.5%. Maybe I'll throw in the 4% package for 3.5% if they're negotiating or something like that.
10,000%. That's what I'm putting in the chat bot. 10,000, 1 million gold stars for David. Yes, precisely. Like I feel like the menu tees me up for those conversations, David, easier than not having the menu and saying I charge 3% for this. That's what I think it helps steer it. Where are you from? San Francisco?
I'm from San Francisco, yeah.
How'd you know that, Krys? That was a joke.
I try to make it obvious. But I think about what you're talking about is incredible because I don't think we really explain clearly exactly what we do, and people don't know what we do. By having this grid here and showing to them, you do have something you can negotiate with, and they go, oh shit, these guys really do a lot of stuff.
Exactly. Like, because we cannot be commoditized. Like, I have pretty colorful language, and depending on where you catch me, you might not know my level of sophistication. But let's not get it twisted. I am an advocate and a monster for these clients, and that is a bigger component than just our marketing. So when you are at the listing appointment and you are communicating with your clients, your marketing and what you are doing on social media is one arm of everything else you are up to. And that is actually the arm that I cut off when people want to negotiate with me. But when they want to give me a discount, that doesn't mean I take less phone calls. How are you conveying that? And where is it on your menu? You know what I'm saying? Because what David said is precisely right. Because how it goes is this, Katie, this
Krys.
VIP option, this is not for you. And truthfully, even the luxury in this neighborhood, I don't see a lot of people putting a lot of value to the this high gloss brochure. But I know I want to do a taco person because based on this neighborhood, we get so much foot traffic. How would you feel about doing this luxury approach, but instead of doing some of this high quality print, we'll do the launch party and we'll call it fair? Yeah, I think that's a better idea. Everyone puts your print marketing in the trash anyways, Krys. What's really important to me, or whatever it is. Krys, I just like my fucking kids are making a house a mess. My kids are making the house a mess. I can't be ready for the open house. I cannot be ready for the launch party. No problem. What if we do the VIP package and I take care of the house cleaning for the first 2 open houses, and we settle on 3.5%? How does that sound?
Well, I love that you have tangibles, right? Instead of it being, Allie, I don't feel like you're worth. I think that, and it's this vague conversation where you put tangibles on a piece of paper and it makes it a different conversation.
Let's go to the next tangible.
Let's go, Krys.
Let's go to the next.
We're here.
Let's go to the next tangible because everybody wants the game. Okay, hey Krista, I see you down there. You're in the bottom middle of my screen.
Do you have another tangible, or was that rhetorical?
I thought we were like doing a role play.
Krys was like, "Am I a seller or a buyer? Let's go."
Or no, I just saw Krista because I didn't see her at first, and I was saying, "What's up, haters?" Okay, so this is not that pretty, but it's okay. Like, this is my most recent version. You know what? I'm gonna take that back. I don't know why I was so self-deprecating. This is my weekly update, and I'm fucking proud of it right now. And this is version 2, and version 3 will be prettier in the future. But the date, the city, the days on market, the average days on market, how many showings we got. This place is a dump, and we did a price reduction, 12 showings in a week, not normal. What marketing pieces went out? Email, new listings nearby, connects to the MLS. Go look at the listings, any offers. We received one reminding her, house is under contract, click on this link. Any house is closed, no new listings. Or no new closed listings. Every week, here's another one.
If you guys aren't doing this, whether like we do ours and it's a PDF, we're gonna switch to Beacon soon. Jimmy or Krys's and Jimmy's new product. Like, you need to be telling the sellers what's happening, because there's nothing more awkward than listing a property and then coming back 14 or 30 days later and asking for a price reduction. And they're like, well, what have you done? Right? If you're providing them with a weekly update of everything that's happening in the market, it helps you to position a potential price reduction in the future. Hey, this is what's happening in the market. Hey, these are the properties that came on and have sold, and they're actually, larger and priced lower. They're nicer and whatever, right? And so he's using Canva, right? So it's a Canva graphic, right? Beacon is Jimmy and Krys's new product that they're coming out with. It's like the seller don't fire me strategy report. It can simply be a printout from your MLS, right? Like, but you need to give them a snapshot of what's happening on the market, what you've done as far as marketing, what outreach you've done, so that when you say, hey, we need to reduce the price, they're not saying, well, have you tried maybe calling other agents or something? Or did you do an open house? Or what's the feedback been, right? You are giving them that information on a weekly basis. Loom videos or Zoom videos of a recording are also great. I know a lot of people, Rick just put that in the chat, and Krys said, boom, Loom video. But go ahead.
What I was going to say is the point is that you're checking in with them, right? And that's elevating your level of service, number one. Number two is bring this back to the listing appointment. Are you communicating at the listing appointment that you check in with them every week? Because go ahead.
No, I was going to say that's the biggest thing. We've been going on a bunch of expired listing appointments lately. And so when we ask them, hey, what's the feedback been? What have the online views been? And you start digging in all of the things, they're like, and you can tell they're trying to figure out what to say because they don't know what the feedback was.
Yeah, that's the boom shakalaka, mic drop. I can't control the market, but I can control your expectations. And I have a weekly check-in guarantee, and I have this cheesy ass little warranty that I made. And it's just a weekly check-in guarantee that I leave with them. And it's coupled with my weekly check-in. And it's just like, you're always going to hear from me. And I'm telling you guys, that's the criticism they have. And like, these are the things that you have to start planting. The market's getting a little bit better, but houses are still sitting. So you need to be injecting in the conversation. Yeah, Katie's is so robust. You need to be injecting into the conversation expectations, how long you expect it to take, that it's not happening very quickly, that like, I just think some of the issues we encounter are very easily avoidable if we were to front load some things at the list.
Almost all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if you guys read Ray's message, but like, that's why Ray is Yoda and a lot of us are not. He was like, I told the guy last week that I would be happy to match the other. Of course he would. Ray's a fucking businessman. That's what you do. Like, of course. Like, what did you get? Like, let me do that. Like, and what did they say? I don't know what the fucking guy was going to do. So what did he get? He got exactly what he wanted. I was kind of joking. Like, it's joking, but not joking. Like, it goes over some people's head, but it doesn't go over other people's head. The awkward silences, like, you might think things are more awkward than they really are. Let them be awkward. So when you ask them, what did they charge? What did they offer you exactly?
Then shut up.
Shut the fuck up. Ain't
Yeah,
nothing
100%.
Because you're not going to.
100%.
Yeah, there's the go Obi-Wan Kenobi in the house.
I mean, it's a little, let's lower expectations, but yeah.
I'm serious though. I'm serious. And that's why you gotta not gamify. Like, that's the scary thing about where real estate marketing has gone. I'm not trying to get philosophical, but this is the scary thing when it comes to like sales, marketing, and strategy is like, to the lay person, they're like, look at these charlatans, like smoke and mirrors. Like, I can't believe they're saying it like that. But you have to game, like, you still deliver the service, but like, I get excited when I think about gamifying these things. And when Ray drops a line like that, I'm like, okay, how do I use it exactly? I'm not trying to game anybody, right? Like, I'm not trying to take advantage, but I'm a artist. And how do I better like craft my skill? And if you're not thinking about things that way, I think that's why you're meeting the level boss and you don't know how to break through. Like, you're always going to get beat by the level boss if you're not approaching it with that sort of like vigor. I see you smirk.
These metaphors are just, I love them. Okay, so I want to transition the conversation away from this and back to content, right? So you showed us your list of all the things that you do, from photos to, and I've seen the level of detail. So I spent some time with Krys and Joaquin creating content and just like hanging out in their office for part of a day, right? And they're over there, switching out different Twilight backgrounds, A or B. No, let's do this one. Okay. And so like the level of detail that they put into all of this is super high. Also, I know that you are in constant communication with Joaquin of like video ideas. So like, in order to produce content at this high of a level, what are the things that you're doing to like keep everything straight, other than the Monday board of like, hey, here are all the things that we do? Like, how are you sharing ideas? How are you coming up with the ideas when you have a new property? Like, when do you start thinking about what you're going to do?
Yeah, for one, I have a Joaquin, right? So like, I made a business decision at one point to bring this in-house. So I'm not the biggest real estate agent in the world. Like, I'm not the smallest. I like invest the way that I want to in my business. So like, this year, I think we'll do like, I'm hoping that we'll just break.
You're not that short. Is that what you're saying? Like, you're not the biggest because you're short?
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna do like 50 million in volume.
You hang out at real estate conferences too much.
I know, that's like
where you got to like really preface that you're not a big deal because you only do 50 million a year. Like, you got to stop.
But that's why no, doggy. I think people need to get into bigger fucking rooms.
I know.
That's the problem.
I know.
That's like, don't look at anything like that. Like, they're doing something different. Like, Krista probably sold a $50 million house this morning. Like, people in the right. Yeah. Like, so the ideas, or with Joaquin, I made the decision. So you guys, like, we did that kind of volume 3 years ago. I decided, after like looking at how much I spent on video, like I was paying $3,600 a month for 2 video days a month. Okay. My mom was paying, I think, 3 or 3,500 for 2 days a month separately. The third arm, I was paying between 500 and 800 a listing to shoot. So like I'm just doing the math, and why don't I just hire somebody? So that's when I brought it in-house, right? So now Joaquin is in-house. To get to Katie's answer is like when I brought it in-house, it allowed us to create at a much higher scale because resources are everything. So just the same way you hire a virtual assistant and now you have like a little bit more of an arm. I have somebody else that helps me, but the way that it's done is pretty basic. The Monday board, WhatsApp. I use the shit out of WhatsApp. I love WhatsApp. I have people editing abroad. So like WhatsApp is what we use and we're in a chat with that. The Monday board. I have an Instagram thread called the Content Creation Crew. We see something we like there, it gets sent there. And I'm pretty diligent when I see something I like. It is saved, it is tagged, it is forwarded to somebody, it is bookmarked, it is put somewhere because the platforms move too fast. You'll never find it again. You'll never find it again. So you have to you have to like track this stuff. So when you see something that you're inspired by, don't say I'm going to come back to it later. Send it to your videographer. Fuck it. You guys could use me. Go find me on Instagram. You see an idea you like, I am now your like little AI. Like,
Krys is like, great. Now I have even more ideas. This is perfect. This is completely self-serving. No, I'm kidding.
Boom. That is a Jedi mind trick though. Like,
yeah. Don't tell Tim he's not invited to do that though, Krys. His stuff is weird. His stuff is weird. Don't get on Tim's algorithm.
Oh, don't get caught in my algorithm. That's bad news.
Hey guys, is like with the videos and like wanting to get a Joaquin or this and that, or wanting to make things like less produced or wanting them to be super produced. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What matters is figuring out what people are willing to talk to you about, right? Because some of y'all want to make hyperlocal content, and I'm not going to call out anybody, but I'm just going to use that because that's the sexiest right now. If you guys are putting out hyperlocal content consistently, I really don't even know who I'm talking to, but I'm assuming there's somebody out there, and it's not working, and you don't like it, and it hasn't clicked, and you've been trying and trying and trying and trying. Try something else. You know what I mean? And that's the thing about like the content is if they're not having conversations with you, try something else and try it again and try it again and try it again. And that's why, Allie, having your kid is so wonderful. Everybody wants to talk to you about your kid. Wonderful. Being into food. Everybody wants to talk to you about food. Being into Star Wars. Everybody wants to talk to you about Star Wars. Your boy, Rick Lee. Rick Lee said it so well on BAM. He was just like, I am a TV channel and my TV show is like green screens or his like news updates, and my commercials are my listings. That was so smart. And that was smart. Rick is like found what people are talking to him about. Like Katie started that page, it's working. If it didn't, she would pivot. Like I started a separate page doing house tours. I wasn't starting conversations about house tours. I did it every single day, twice a day for almost 90 plus days.
Yeah, I think we talk a lot about the stuff that you're doing that's working, and we probably don't talk enough about the stuff that you tried and didn't work, right?
Oh my gosh.
and how much of that process it takes to really find the things that work well.
Dude, that's the fucking superpower, y'all, is like rushing to get out as many things as you can to figure out what doesn't work. Like there are so many, I mean, and it's at every level. You guys know who the broke agent is, right? You guys know Eric? Even Eric, we're putting things out together with BAM and they're flopping. And Eric's like, let's take it down and not like cower. No. Take it down and let's republish it in a different format because I think that will resonate better. I loved that. When he first texted me, take it down, I was like, nah, dude, we don't take shit down because it doesn't perform. It's like, I don't do that. Like, I'm not in it for the like, that's not the point. But when you say take it down, let's make it better because people are not resonating with it. I like that. You see what I'm saying? So be approaching you guys' stuff to perform and find ways to have conversations. So like, it doesn't have to be real estate. It does not have to be real estate. What you have to do is have real estate skills good enough to take a conversation about where they were walking their dog and find out what their future plans are. But that's real estate, right? Isn't that like why you do client events? Like, isn't that why you do pop-ups and meetups? Like, that's unless you're on cold calls, unless you are cold calling, the conversation is never about do you want to buy and sell? It's always about something else. So go ahead.
Real quick, if you looked at Krys's Monday board and you looked at the updates that he sends his clients every single week, and you look at the VIP lists and all of his menu, and you realize that, hey, there's room for me to be doing more, drop a 1 in the chat. If you feel like there's room for you to be doing more content, more service, more video, more.
Right. So everyone agrees. Everyone agrees. Yeah. I love that you want to do more. What's the one thing that you're going to implement into your business between now and the end of the year from this call today? If you put a 1 in the chat and you recognize that you need to do more, all right, 3 offerings menu from Gus.
My
master temp. Okay, cool.
Krys, so like, I'd love you to disagree with me because I think it'd be an interesting conversation.
I disagree with you.
But Gus, if you're going to do a similar menu, I would start doing whatever your VIP offering is right now for all of your listings. And the reason I say that is you can't go into a listing appointment saying, hey, this is what I'm going to do for you, having not been doing it for a bunch of other houses. Like, so much of your reputation is going to be built on that service that you're offering all of your listings. So I think you offer these services first, establish them, crush them, and then start asking for more.
And I think that's where the light bulb moment was. We're already doing it, right? But being able to break it down, and I've been averaging 3.325% to 3.4% as it is.
Nice.
I could be getting a lot more if I had that broken down in my presentation.
Whenever people say break it down, is it just me, or do you guys think of like when they're the stupid TikTok where it's like, you know, they ask me to break down the monthly payment and it's like an awkward dance? Have you guys seen that, or is that just me? No,
it's just your algorithm. That's it.
I saw a few laughs.
I saw it.
I recreated
that's the
it.
mom algorithm.
So no, Krys has definitely posted that, and it was actually only, I think, females with children that laughed at that. Austin, screw you, man. Love you, hate you. All right, so I love,
you got to be in the cohorts.
Yep, I love that everyone has these things that you say you're going to do, but go take some freaking action and then share it in the Facebook group, please and thank you.
Krys, what's your advice for people that want to take on more
business,
that want to do more on their listings and get that higher commission?
I would first, like Gus said, I would write out everything you're doing already, because you'd be surprised how much you're doing already and might be able to just charge more just based on that. And I would ask, like, with what you're charging, where did you get that number from exactly? What is it based off of? And is it appropriate, up or down? You know what I mean? Like, straight up, like, I won't take 4% from a family that I just think is like not the right, like, I don't have 4% worth of shit to do. Like, that's the truth. Like, I just can't do it, right? So look at what you guys are charging for certain things, and maybe you adjust that up or down. The other thing that I would say is do it for the ugly houses, and then it just becomes like standard. You're changing the game and you're changing the level of competition, and you find the right resources in which you do it inexpensively, right? So professional photos are expected at this point, right? Even for the shittiest of listings, that's just like standard. I mean, I'm selling entry level, like $800,000 homes in LA. They're entry level for me, but like, I'm going to tell you, like, if I'm going up against a listing appointment, somebody in Norwalk or somebody in this like hood, and like the fucking standard against us now is going to be pretty high for some basic listings, because we've been doing it for so long that I found the right vendors. Like, I'm going to give you guys my printer Dennis's number. Like, he's printing these magazines for literally $2 or $3. And I've shared this. Like, there's a bunch of real agents that are using his, and his name's Dennis, and he'll mail it to you guys. But when you find these resources, how do you make it part of your process? You can call him. He's old. He has an email, but you guys can call him, and he's a really, really good printer. How do you keep these things as part of your flow and just rinse and repeat? And then to Gus's point, or to say something, I've definitely taken not listings at a loss, but I've signed listings at, like, I signed a listing at 2.5% that I paid for a big launch party. And I did that because I wanted to have another listing in that community, right? So just because you're not getting paid doesn't mean you shouldn't do something if there's an opportunity for you to leverage it into more things. So if you're looking for like your unicorn or your sort of your template piece, just pick a house, do it.
You're my unicorn, Krys.
Yes. Any questions for the group before we jump? We're getting to the topic.
Hold on.
What?
We're going to give away a $100 million money model book.
Okay. But does this group have any questions while you pick a winner?
Well, I guess you can't end the call. I can end the call. I just got nervous that you're going to end the call. Sorry.
Anybody? What do we got? Oh, see, Krys, nobody likes
quiet group today.
I wasn't sure if it was me or if it was the group. I just put my phone number in the chat. That's my phone number, my direct line. You guys can call me if you need anything.
I forget what was Chris's number on that I blocked it out on or something, and you were like, you censored his number?
I forget.
It's something at REVB.
All right, hit that button. Click the spin.
As much as I would love for you guys to send me messages on Instagram, but if I don't respond to you, it's just because it's like slower, they get lost. So
black hole. Yeah.
Text me.
All right, click.
We're still open for questions as we click to spin. So, Crystal, if you love the info, maybe you got a question.
Got one. Where would you start with all this if you're brand new?
Is that Brandon?
Yeah.
Brand new to what? The business, to making a video? I'm going to give you a great answer, but give me a good question.
New to the business. One deal under my belt. One sale, one buyer. That's it.
You live in San Francisco?
No, Vegas.
Okay. Where in Vegas?
Henderson adjacent.
Are you trying to sell in Henderson or are you trying to sell? I went to UNLV Law, so I know Vegas. Where are you trying to sell?
I like Vegas and I like listings.
I would pick a neighborhood, Brandon. Hit up your title rep and pick a neighborhood that has a decent turnover rate. And even if it doesn't, pick a neighborhood that is like convenient, that you like the houses, like you like the neighborhood, like you want to be in this neighborhood. Number one. So really like the neighborhood, no ugly houses, something that gets you excited. I would find a house that is on a good corner, a good street, a good location that is still for sale. And I would host that house open every weekend and probably every single day if it was a vacant listing. And I would sit in that fucking house and I would make calls out of it. I would host the open. I would write letters. That would just be my little home office. And every single week or every 2 weeks, I would just pick a different house. And that's what I would do. I would make videos in that house. And I would do the same open houses in the same neighborhoods over and over and over again so that you can knock on those doors, the people can see you, everything on your feed is in that neighborhood. That's why pick a neighbor. Don't pick go pick an expensive neighborhood in Vegas. Go pick a neighborhood that's like worth you being around because it's going to be a lot of work. I would do that. That would be the first thing I would do. And I would make content out of the open houses. And then I would join a club. Are you new to Vegas?
No.
Oh, yeah. Then I would just like lean deeper into, you just new to real estate?
Yeah. 1 year.
Oh, yeah. Then I would just I would be doing the open houses and then more people that know you need to know that you're a real estate agent.
What is it? Vegas?
No, more people need to, what?
He asked if you were new to Vegas.
Oh, new to Vegas.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so people just need to know that you're a real estate agent in Vegas.
Yeah. Love it.
And when you say a neighborhood, is there a house number? Like 100, 200?
No, I would pick an area that I guess it's got to be big. I'm kind of saying pick a farm, but it can be bigger than just like a farm. You wouldn't mail all of Summerlin, but you could host open houses all over Summerlin and be like the Summerlin guy.
Or like the Silverado Ranch guy.
Or the Silverado Ranch guy. Exactly. And everything
that's where I live.
is wrong. Yeah, exactly. I gotta, whatever. You can send me a message later. But everything you do, all the houses should be around Silverado Ranch. Like there's enough houses to sell to be the Silverado Ranch guy.
Cool. Thank you, Krys.
All right, Jenna's
all right,
not
one more
here.
spin here, Katie. We got to get somebody that's here. Let's go.
Can you hear it this time?
Oh yeah.
Isn't that fun?
Here we go. Man, this thing takes its time, huh?
I want to meet Claudine. We're friends on Instagram, but I've never talked to you in real life.
Jennifer Morales, are you on the call?
Is Jennifer Morales on the call?
Jennifer Morales.
We got to spin again? Come on, y'all. All right, hurry up. One more spin.
I'm
trying.
silent.
We got good questions here.
Yeah.
Krys, all this stuff is so incredible. So it changes the way you think about things. So thank you.
God bless you, David. You're making my day, bro. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Nathan, are you here?
Yeah, whenever you register
on the wheel.
When you register for the call, it drops your name on here. So these are people registering, but they ain't showing up, or they're leaving early. But Melody, you know what? I think Melody wins it.
Is Melody here?
Nope.
No, yes, she is.
Is she?
Camera's on.
She's Melody's here. That's
muted.
right. And she's had her camera on.
I'm here.
The whole time. I love it.
Melody, text me.
Everyone text her.
Yeah, text Katie your address.
Melody. Ray, shut up. No one wants to hear from you.
If anybody wants a free book, you can also text Katie your address and she may get confused. Possibly. Krys.
All right.
You're always so great to have on, always pouring in, not just here, but everywhere I see you. So thank you for jumping on today and just having a great convo with us.
I appreciate you guys. I really do. Like, I'm not a real agent, but I love the real fam. Like, I think my closest friends in this industry are with you guys. I mean it. Send me a message, DM me, text me. I fuck with y'all. I love you, Katie. I love you, Tim. I love you guys. So holler at me if you need anything.
All right, guys. Facebook group, get in there. We're having more conversations there. Ray's got the Tuesday call tomorrow. I am flying to Charlotte, Atlanta, Jacksonville this week. Katie, what else? Any other housekeeping stuff I forgot?
That's it. We'll see you guys next week.
All right, we'll see you then.
Bye, fam.